Hey up everyone. Alexander Usyk is now the best heavyweight in the world as he's been able to unify all the belts together and become undisputed champion of the world. And straight from the get-go, I've got to say fair play to both Tyson Fury and Usyk because they put on a very fun fight. The first two rounds, I scored it for Usyk. In fact, I scored the fight 115 to 112 in Usyk's favour. I had him 2 rounds up. He obviously got that 10-8 round in, I think round 9 or 8, can't exactly remember. The first 2 rounds I gave to Usyk, great body work, kept on, it was like a piston his left hand to the body, and was able to get Fury up against the ropes several times, and that's where most of his success came from. And then in rounds 3, 4 and 5, I feel like Fury pulled it back. I think round 3 was a bit of a toss-up personally. If you gave it to Usyk, fair enough. If you gave it to Fury, fair enough. I can't remember what went on, but it was a very close fight, and most people in my chat agreed that it was a very close round. Round 3 was. Round 4 and 5, Fury had that right uppercut on the go. It was like on demand. He was just fucking, every time he threw that shit, it was hurting Usyk. And Usyk didn't really have an answer to this, and then he was mixing it in with nice hooks to the body, he was throwing good body shots, and was throwing a lot of jabs. And then Usyk just came into another gear again and started to push into it later on into the fight. Around the halfway point, he was able to do so. And then I think it was in the round 8, he was able to hurt Fury really badly, sent Fury back. Fury's eyes went to the back of his head, his legs were gone, he was all over the shop, the ropes were all keeping him up, and then the ref gave a standing count towards the end of the round, and arguably he got saved by the bell. He was hurt so badly, and Usyk, I think if it was earlier on in the round, I think 100% Usyk would have got Fury out of there and would have got the finish, because Fury, honestly guys, he looked absolutely bollocks. I can't even stress how bad he looked so fucked. And then after that, Usyk didn't let go and was just straight on him, just wouldn't give him a fucking moment to breathe. Fury was doing okay, trying to get his jab going, but he just kept on getting backed up on the ropes, and he just really couldn't get much success going after this. It was all Usyk after that knockdown, I'd say. Like, it was just kind of hard for Fury to get back in it, and he was able to win the fight. Now, I did shit myself when Michael Buffer said, oh, split decision. Well, when he said 114, 113 for Fury, I was like, hey up. We're not doing this, are we? We're not doing this. Please do not do this. But thankfully, they gave it to the right man with Usyk, and I know we're probably going to get a rematch between the two, and I don't mind that at all. Personally, this is just me personally. Don't come at me for it. Personally, I would like to see AJ versus Fury. However, there's still more fights out there that AJ can take, like a Joseph Parker rematch, the winner of Zhang and Wilder. So there's plenty of options for him out there, but I don't know. I really want to see AJ and Fury, and I do think we'll get that fight at some point. But I think it does make most sense, to be honest, for a rematch between Fury and Usyk. I think the result will be the same. In fact, I think Usyk might actually be able to get him out of there. But we have seen in the past with Fury, when going into rematches, he does make a lot of improvements and becomes a lot better. So it will be very interesting to see. And potentially, if Fury wins, we'll get a trilogy between the two, which would be fucking crazy and would be great for boxing. But right now, Usyk's got the win, and we need to see if a rematch is going to be made, which it more than likely will do. But was it just me who was surprised that Fury didn't clinch that much? Don't get me wrong, he clinched a fair bit, but not as much as I thought he would have. I thought he would have clinched a fucking load. I thought he was doing what he did with his jabs, obviously. I thought he was doing the right thing. Invest into the body, great, but Usyk also countered that by investing. I think he did a better job investing to the body, to being completely honest with you. You could compare the two work rates towards the end. I suppose maybe the fucked up nose from Fury probably did play a part in him, not being able to be at a faster pace in those later rounds. And Usyk, he's very fast paced in the later rounds. He's like a fucking, he's a unit in those later rounds. And I don't know, I thought Fury would have clinched a lot more, and when I saw him clinch, I was like, I don't know how he's going to. But he just didn't do it so much, especially in the first few rounds. I was really expecting Fury 1-2 clinch, then move away, 1-2 clinch, and pushes looking at some body shots in, and that just wasn't the case, and it took me by surprise. I don't think we saw a completely different Fury. Fury still looked great in parts, but I was just very surprised that he wasn't straight on the clinching when he knows he's got such a massive size advantage. Why he didn't put it to as much use, I don't know. But regardless, I thought Usyk was doing good with some of the clinches as well. He was able to find an exit on a lot of the clinches when Fury initiated them. I was like, yeah, he's definitely been working on that. And he did a good job of countering those and not letting Fury hold his weight onto him so many times. And it was just a great performance from Usyk, going from cruiserweight and now at heavyweight and still being undefeated. And it's not like he's been fighting bombs to keep his undefeated record. He's been fighting the top of a division, the absolute shark tank of the heavyweight division, and he's been very, very impressive. And I can't wait to see what he does next in the heavyweight division. And although Fury lost, I do feel like this fight showed that the Francis Ngannou fight, it was definitely an off night. I feel like that answered the question on that fight. It was definitely an off night. He probably didn't take it serious at all. He came in great shape for this fight. I know people were like, oh, he still looks fat and all that. Doesn't matter. He's never looked in fucking, he's never had abs and been shredded like fuck. That's never been Fury, so don't expect that from Fury. He looked very good. He looks very lean. Probably one of the leanest we've seen him. I can't remember what his weight was actually. And I feel like that put to bed about the Francis Ngannou, and hopefully we don't do a fucking rematch. And I think Fury's talked about doing a rematch. Please do not do that. Just try and get the win back against Usyk. Do a fight against AJ. Maybe do a fight against fucking, I don't know, let's see who else is up there in the heavyweight division by the time you've done the fights of Usyk, potentially 2 fights of Usyk if you're able to get a win in the rematch, and a fight with AJ. I need to see Usyk too, and I need to see the AJ fight. I have to see the AJ fight. Maybe the boat has sailed on that fight, possibly, but I still think a lot of people will be interested in that fight, because I don't think Fury looked awful against Usyk at all. Usyk's just a completely different level when it comes to being a sniper, how relentless he is, how aggressive he is, how clever he is. And I don't know how a fight between Fury and AJ goes, because AJ's been looking very impressive recently in my opinion. But I cannot wait to see what happens next in the heavyweight scene, which I don't usually do. I usually slate heavyweight boxing and heavyweight MMA, but right now I'm quite excited to see what happens next in the heavyweight division when it comes to boxing, with the likes of Joseph Parker, Deontay Wilder, Zhang, Anthony Joshua, Usyk, Fury, fucking Andy Ruiz. What the fuck's happened to that little fatso? Fucking Dylan White, all these people. I need to see what's going to happen. Can Joe Joyce come back into the mix? I don't know, and I can't wait to see what happens next in the heavyweight division. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on the whole thing, what's gone on tonight. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking, what do you want to see next, what did you think about the fight in general, how impressed were you, are you disappointed in Fury's performance? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.